Welcome, everyone, and very, very welcome, of course, to ESPC 21. Now, my name is Tracy van der Schuyf. I'm from South Africa, and I'm very, very excited with a very, very cool guest and friend of mine today to have an interview with a lovely lady, Merethe Stave. I'm pretty sure I got that right now. And Merethe is a Chief Customer Officer, Senior Cloud Architect at Cloudway. She's also an Office Apps and Services MVP and was recognized, I mean, listen to this, as one of Norway's 50 leading women in tech in 2020. What? That's incredible. She's also a board member of the Norwegian Microsoft 365 community. Welcome, welcome, Merethe.
Thank you so much, Tracy. It's so nice to be here in this
It's
conversation with
lovely
you.
to be here. It's
Yeah,
lovely, lovely to be here with you. And how incredible is technology to bring us together like this, isn't it?
it is
So,
definitely.
obviously you're a speaker this year at ESPC as well. I was so happy
Yay.
to see your pretty little face there. And but first, before I get to you and where you are and what's happening at the conference, I saw something in January, and that was that you got your MVP nomination. Okay, so very congratulations on
Thank you
that.
very much.
I definitely struggle with that because I think everyone's MVPs. I don't even know, who's MVPs, who isn't. For me, everyone in the world's an MVP if it works with Microsoft. So I was actually surprised when I saw you became an MVP because I thought you'd been an MVP already for years. Okay, but congratulations on that. I'd love you to just maybe, if you want to take a couple of minutes, I'd love to hear your story, just maybe your journey the last couple of years, eventually becoming an MVP. And also, I know that you do a lot in the community. So are there maybe a couple of nice things that you can just share with the audience around what you get involved in and what you get up to?
Oh yes. Oh, there's a lot to say. Um, in the Norwegian community, it started when I actually was getting into SharePoint in 2009, way back when. Sometimes it happens by accident. You go into a project, and all of a
Yes,
sudden you meet SharePoint, and then the rest is
exactly how
history.
it happened for me, exactly how I made SharePoint.
Yeah, and I understood that so many have the same experience, and at the time it was very technical. It was more things that you have to click and fix and do, and I had no idea. I don't have an IT background or technology education, so it's all new. But I said, okay, I haven't done it before. Let's figure this out. It had at some point in time I have to get it if I just read and understand
Of course.
enough. So I started going to these meetups with what was then the SharePoint community, and I guess I just asked so many questions that they decided, okay, she's so noisy, she let's bring her on board into the board. I
I
don't
love
know.
it.
Yeah, but it's been fun, and also was part of organizing the SharePoint Saturday conference in Oslo. So we started small, and this was a community by and for the community. So we worked together in a team, and we were so lucky because there were so many international speakers who actually wanted to come to Oslo and speak. So I'm forever grateful, and I think a few of them are actually still here on this conference as well. So that is really nice. So we were really lucky, and it grew people, and of course then Office 365 arrived, and the conference grew, and the community grew, and I thought I love to see when people learn new things. I love to see when new beginners are taking their place on the stage and start sharing their knowledge. And it's not easy if you're a newcomer to start. So we also use that Norwegian Microsoft 365 community to give a platform for new speakers, especially we kind of nudge the women speakers to take their place. So we really worked hard to get that, and that's what we do to bring people forward and share the competency and share the knowledge. And it really gives a lot of joy. So,
That I think we all feel the same about community. And I just
mm,
remembered, I'm pretty sure I keynoted SBS Oslo a couple of years ago. Did I?
yes,
I'm
yes,
pretty
you
sure I
did.
did. What? I forgot about that. Great conference. I remember.
Mm,
And I also I remember the same trip also went to Vienna. It was the same trip that I think they were back to back, which was nice. And I
mm,
could attend both conferences. It was a great conference. I really loved going there. But
it was fun.
that's all good, and
Mm,
I so agree with you. Is that giving back, and I don't think a lot of people understand that by helping others, we help ourselves, isn't it? I mean,
That's
that's
so true.
quite a
That's why
magical
we
thing.
do it, because I feel blessed. I feel lucky to found something that I don't work. Doing the SharePoint and Microsoft 365 and Teams and everything, it's my passion. It's a knowledge, building knowledge in the world, basically. And that's why I do it. It just gives so much pleasure to see people grasping it and then go on their own. Yeah.
Absolutely agree. I always say that I do what I love, and I'm lucky enough to get paid for it, which I think is the good thing.
Yeah, and then at some stage, you get all this, but then you can't help yourself. You want to give it back. You want to somebody help me along the way, because it's not me doing all of this. It's people around me cheering me on, giving me opportunities. Yes, I took them, but I got them as well. And then I want to give that back to the community and give other people the same chance.
That's a very, very good approach.
Mm.
Now, this brings me to my second question, okay? And we've had a lot of chats about this, okay? About where you are on the Google map, okay? I'd love
Yeah.
you to just tell us a bit. I mean, where are you based in the world? And how is that? How has the last year changed for you? And all of those. I'd love you to just share, because I get so excited
Yes.
about your story.
I am too, actually. Yeah, and the fun thing is I lived now for actually 14 years in Oslo, in the capital of Norway. But every year I've been on the west coast of Norway, where my grandpa and grandma had a farm. And I took over that property, and it's been like a family place where we meet. And then last summer, when this COVID hit, well, it didn't hit last summer, but because of that,
Yes.
I stayed again here in the summer. And a couple of years back, the telecompany had built out the fiber net in this area, so the internet connection has actually become really good. And I just realized, okay, let me be here for a couple of weeks, to see how this is going. And I set up a desk and an extra screen and start working here. And it's been such a blessing. The air is fresh, and it's being back home, basically. And of all things, last year I joined Cloudway in September, in the middle of this Corona situation, and got onboarded, still staying here. And it worked wonderfully. And then we see that this Corona situation just dragging on, and a few weeks back, I was just thinking, why do I pay for this apartment in Oslo with just my stuff in it? This can take a bit. This can take some time.
Yeah.
And I love being here. And there's a lot of things going on in this region as well. Like they're gonna now build next year. They're building a ship tunnel through this half
Ooh.
island. So that is, so I suggest everyone just Google the ship tunnel Stadlander then, or ship tunnel Norway, because it's going to be the first of its kind in the world, because you have tunnels for these kind of channels, yeah. But it's going to be it's quite big. It's one of a kind in the world, so it's going to be quite exciting to see. And of course, for that ship tunnel, there's going to be some synergy effects. So it's going to be exciting to see what's happening. And in addition to that, we have, for instance, a data center close by. This in the Mole, which is a close by city, a very small city, but still there's a lot of things going on, especially when you're thinking about technology. They have a school. They're focused very much on IT and technology in that small city. And now with the Corona situation, it gives people more possibility to work from here, no matter
Yeah.
where else they are working. And the funny thing about Cloudway, we actually had our office in the cloud even before COVID hit. So me being wherever I am doesn't matter. And when I asked my bosses in Cloudway, okay, I am considering moving back, and they said, if it gives you a better life quality, go ahead. We want to give you the possibility to live wherever you want, but you can work anywhere. So that is so really grateful for that. And the funny thing is, I only had met one of my bosses previously, because we have been collaborating in the Norwegian community, and the rest I haven't met in person, but it feels like I have, because
Yes.
we have this culture. We are together, and we are living different places in the world, actually, and it works really, really well, because we are very and considering this building a good culture between us. So it really works well. Yeah.
That's very good. I'm definitely thankful for Microsoft 365 to help and enable us to be able to do these things for sure. Now, your session at ESPC, I definitely was excited when I saw that topic. So I don't know if you know, but I'm also one of the program managers for ESPC. So I saw your name long before
Okay.
other people
I
saw
didn't
your
know.
name. And I was so excited when I saw that topic. And because I also at the Ignite the Tour was last year or the year before, it's most probably, last year and the year before. We also discussed that. We were talking about the productivity score, and then I shared some resources about this. Now, your session is about Microsoft Mocha and possibilities. I call it Mocha, so anyone can call us out if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but I think it's Mocha, okay, like the coffee. And I'd love you, if you can just take a couple of minutes. We've only got a couple of minutes left of our interview, but if you can take a couple of minutes for those who might be interested to go to your session, what can they expect and what will you be sharing with us?
Yeah, the Mocha is a modern collaboration architecture, and I also say Mocha, so we should have a special coffee maybe
We've just
whenever we get
decided,
back
but
to
that's
real
what it's
conference.
called. That's what
Yeah,
it's called, everyone. I don't care if it's pronounced differently
yeah,
somewhere else.
it is, and because many times, and I'm so glad it came because it's kind of been we wanted that, but it's about the architecture, and no matter what you're gonna build, if it's a house or a garden or a solution in your Microsoft 365 sphere, you need a good foundation. You
Yes.
need to consider, because many times I see, we create good solutions, but it's not connected with the real world. And it is, so what I'm really have a passion for is actually to use the tools to build something that really helps people in their everyday life. And for that, we need to understand what is the context people are working in, and what should we do, and which of these different tools, because many of the questions I get with customers, yeah, but to do and planner and SharePoint list, they are all, I can use them for tasks.
Yeah.
Why should I use this in front of the other? And then it's all about the context. And that,
Yes.
I think the Mocha will really help to discuss this with customers and help them to see, okay, if I'm working on my own productivity, which tools am I working with then? If I'm working in a team, for instance, in my department, what are the natural tools for us to use in that context? And if I'm working in a project, I might need to change that constellation of applications a different way. And the same goes for the wider communication across the whole organization, for instance. Then I might want to use Yammer on communication site, or Microsoft Learning Pathway, or just Teams, because we are a small company. So it also, all of this will kind of help to navigate and make those decisions. How is our city going to look like, when we are starting this?
That absolutely makes sense. And I definitely will have to bookmark your session. I wouldn't want to miss it. I'm also very
Nice.
passionate about that,
Mhm.
and just helping people see the bigger picture, because I think a lot of companies are missing the bigger picture. It's very difficult
Yeah.
to at everything and make a better decision instead of just
Mhm.
focusing on one thing. I think
Yeah.
that's why I always, when companies say they're not rolling out the other apps now, they're just going to focus on one first, then I say you're making a mistake.
Mm.
It's a holistic approach. It's
Oh,
not
yes.
about this versus that. It's about how do I use it all together, I think.
That's
And
so right. Yeah.
I
Let's just do
definitely,
Teams and OneDrive. No, don't do that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm
And
absolutely looking
mm,
forward to Merethe's session. I would
mm,
engage anyone else as well to also attend her session. And then I think from my side, Merethe, thank you so
mm.
much. I just
Thank you.
always
It's so
love
nice to,
hanging
yeah.
out with you. Always lovely, lovely. And to everyone else at the conference, have a wonderful day. I hope you've had an incredible conference so far. And I would love to hear your feedback. So enjoy, keep on learning and sharing, and we'll catch up soon.
Yeah. Thank you so much.